What up guys, Bart here with Jason, CrossFit Games champion and also founder of NC Fit. And you guys have gyms globally?
Yeah, we have gyms globally and ready to show you around our Campbell Bay Area location.
Yeah, give me a tour of this place. This is my first time here. I want to come train in NorCal. What do you guys have to offer?
Yes, I mean, the key thing to recognize is that back in the day, I used to start off the traditional gym.
Yeah.
And in the traditional gym, what you would think about is you had a front desk experience, you buy your Gatorades, get whatever you want, and then you move in and you have cardio equipment. You have the treadmills, the ellipticals, whatever are normally like upstairs or in a certain area.
Yeah.
And then you have your, all your strength training somewhere else. When I got introduced to CrossFit in 2006, it wasn't so much about cardio and strength. It was more about bridging the gap between the two. And that's really what we've done here, is that it's not so much about the fancy equipment, it's more about having open space so that we can have our coaches teach more functional movement that then applies to more outside the gym. So if you look at like a place like this, for example, like the way we're really focused on is having as open a floor plan as possible so we can accommodate as many people in the space as we can. And given COVID and social distancing, we've had to obviously create these squares around it.
So each square is for one user?
Yeah, and then this location we're at right here is actually a 2-floor model. And the way that this one works is that for us, back in the day, we used to have giant locations, like really big. But we realized the bigger wasn't always better, because what happens is the bigger you get, and you want to have a class, well, to make your financials work, you need to have, let's just say, I don't know, 50 people a class. But now you're not providing good service. And so instead what we did is we broke it down to 2 rooms. So you have room A, room B, and the coach is like a 1:15 ratio. So you're offering really good coaching. So that's what
that's the sweet spot, 1 to 15?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, 15 to 20 at the most, depending on how senior you are as a coach.
I see.
So I mean, you guys have all seen these before. Yeah. I think a lot of people have.
Yeah.
This is like a rig. Rogue is kind of like the industry standard in strength conditioning, but essentially the way you look at it is there's 4-foot sections and 6-foot sections, and typically, so this is a 10, 20, 30, 40, like close to 50-foot rig, and then within that, right, you have multi-sides. So sometimes you have it just wall mounted. This one's obviously dual side. Within this, you could squat, you could press, you could bench, you could do wall balls on it, pull-ups, muscle-ups, all kinds of stuff. So this is a heavily utilized tool in our gym.
And where do I get this at, like an IKEA or something?
You get this from IKEA.
Okay.
No,
cool.
You can get this obviously off Rogue's website, but then other equipment manufacturers too. You just want to be really careful when you're purchasing equipment. Look at where it's coming from. And the quality it is. And typically when it comes to fitness equipment, you get what you pay for. It's funny, when I first got into the game, you would have like different sized boxes based on like your levels. So maybe you had like a 12-inch box, a 20-inch box, a 30-inch box, and you'd be a pain in the ass because you'd have to have a bunch of boxes all over the place. Now what they came up with is, this is actually called a games box. I don't know if you've seen these before, but this is 30 inches, right? Right? Then you have 24 and you have 20. So it's super useful from a class setting because you can have someone just pop, 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 and then you're good to go. So obviously a huge value add here. We have a few small ones if you need to for less than 20.
If you see someone using like the lower box, you laugh at them. Like, ha, you can't jump that high.
No, man, actually this is a pretty good accomplishment in itself.
Oh, is it?
I mean, oh yeah, most people, when they first start, we grab bumper plates and we have them just jump on one plate.
That's what you laugh at then?
I don't laugh at anybody, but
okay.
it's all a mental block. And you'll see people who haven't jumped on something for like 20 years or whatever it is, and they'll freak out. And then all of a sudden when they start getting it, then it goes from there.
I see.
I don't laugh at anybody.
Okay.
Unless you couldn't jump on that, then I'd laugh at you.
Hey, what the?
So these are for handstands. So
like handstand push-ups?
Yeah, so what happens is, right, when you kick up,
oh, I see.
It was messing up our walls and we were putting holes through the wall. And so we created these. We used old rig parts and then we put sheet metal on top, and we have one of our team members here at the gym is super talented with welding and stuff like that. And this was just a creative use for the sheet metal with an old rig parts, and so we could secure and basically save the wall. So this was a nice addition. I would recommend this to anybody if you have a garage gym or if you have a gym.
Yeah.
Have an area that's either wood or metal of some type, so you can go ahead and accommodate those feet that are going through it.
These look really cool.
Obviously we got the ropes, which this one's pretty frayed, we got to replace that. We have the rings. And then, other things we think about is from a storage perspective, is trying to get as much stuff off the ground and as much stuff either towards the wall or in the middle. So you have like these ones.
Or on wheels too,
or
right?
on wheels. And these are super, super friendly because you could just move them around. So let's just say you're lifting heavy over there and you just want to, stack it. These are weight trees, you can move them all around, so that's great. And then, trying to put it around the perimeter so that again, it frees up open space. We use tools in here that are less common in the traditional gym. Bumper plates, barbells, kettlebells, dumbbells, and wall balls are like some of the framework. And then we have assault bikes, rowers are kind of the additional cardio tools.
What else do we have over here?
These are your typical, these are your typical bands, right? We use these mainly for pull-ups, but also for push-ups, right? So you can kind of like wrap these around twice around your elbows, almost like a Mark Bell slingshot, right? Similar idea. Here are a slingshot right there. And then obviously these are slam balls. I don't know how often, have you used slam balls much?
Use them,
yeah, so slam balls are great. They're a nice form of like kind of like this kind of hip flexion instead of extension. And it's a nice way to get athletes kind of moving that range of motion. And then you're pretty familiar with all this other stuff.
Dumbbells and stuff?
Yeah, dumbbells, wall balls, kettlebells. And then obviously way over there we have crash pads for barbells because we were just messing up. It was just neighbors were complaining and stuff.
So dropping like a snatch or...
if you're dropping a bunch of weight, we just drop it on there now.
I see.
Not a big deal.
Cool, what do we have up there?
Ooh, up there. Let's go see up there. Most of our staff now works in different locations, but when we all worked here, it was nice. We all had standing desks and we had like maybe, I don't know, probably like 15 people here, and now it's probably more like 5 or 6. A couple things. This is a pig. So for anybody who ever watched the CrossFit Games in 2013 or 14, I competed in an event and I won it, and it was, you flip this thing. It had a ton of weight on it all the way down a football field. And so I was able to keep that as like kind of like a collectible, which is, it's kind of cool to, I don't know, it's a cool memory. And then obviously we have the standing desks, right? We were talking about them earlier.
Yeah.
I think they're a great addition.
They're so sick.
Dude, they're legit, man. And especially for this environment, they're just kind of like conducive to kind of like that industrial rugged feel.
Yeah.
And with my attention span, these little swivel things are nice because you could be having a conversation and just kind of, you can go a little,
go crazy on it.
Yeah, go a little crazy on it. And yeah, that's about it, man. It's pretty low key up here. We have a little podcast area over there. That's where we take some meetings. We have some items right now until we get kind of through COVID and everything that's going on. Then we'll probably re-clean this place up and do something else with it.
That's awesome. Can we go check out the other side?
Room B. So this side of the house is gonna have more of the cardio tools, and this is just for right now, right? On that side, it's cleared out because the classes for today, as you're able to see, didn't really require a bike or a bike or a rower.
Yeah.
So we move everything on this side to keep all the space we can. When we need a bike or a rower, right, we have them all around here and over there, so we could just bring them into the class.
So are they running the same class? It's just depending on what equipment they need?
So right now, because of everything that's occurred with COVID and us kind of building back up again, that side, we're only hosting classes there, and this is mainly used for open gym.
I see.
And so classes, open gym, when we build back up, which hopefully should be soon, then we'll have concurrent classes. So anyways, this room, pretty basic, right? There's a couple, different items that you didn't see in the other room, mainly the bikes and the rowers. Additional, we have a GHD over there, we have a ski erg over here, a couple like kind of fringe things. We have a yoke over there, which, and a sled, which we could show you in a second. Obviously you have your bench boards, which you're familiar with, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, this is wall mounted. That one was freestanding rig, and we're all set.
What are all those colors? Are those for kids?
Yeah, the colors, so the red is 55. That's what Ryan uses only. And then yellow's 35, blues are 45, and greens are 25. Or you could just go with all black plates, but the colors are nice because it's easy for you to remember.
Yeah. This is awesome. Such a beautiful place.
Yeah, man. It's but again, like our goal as a business is to free up space, is to be as open as possible, so it gives us a lot of flexibility. So the more that we can place things around the perimeter, the more opportunities we have to then pull it out and do the workouts in the middle.
So if people want to stop by and find you and come train here, like what are your open hours? Is there any links or address?
Yes, they can go to nc.fit, and yeah, it's open pretty much all day. And then we have, so like I was saying earlier, it's kind of complicated, but we're refining it now. We have partner locations who are a part of us, and they're underneath our location map on our website. Visit one of them, visit one of our Bay Area locations, or join us online. We'd love to have you.
That's awesome. Thank you guys for watching this tour, and we're gonna stay tuned for more workouts coming soon. See you guys later.